Assalamu alaikum. My name is Cindy Lusher and I am here for the demo class. So today my topic of presentation is quadratic equation and how to find out the solution of the quadratic equation and what is the pure quadratic equation and what are the conditions. So let's start with our topic. So any equation of the form ax plus bx plus c is equal to 0, this is called the quadratic equation, where a, b, and c are the coefficients of x here in x and the constant term. These are must be some constant or real numbers. But there is a strict condition that this a is not equal to 0. This is the strict condition that this a is equal to not equal to 0. So if I write the quadratic equation over there, ax plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation that I write over here. So I mentioned that there is a strict condition that this a is not equal to 0. This is the condition. But if you see any quadratic equation where this b is equal to 0, then such kind of equation is called the pure quadratic equation. A must not be 0, but b, that is the coefficient of x, may be 0. And if it is 0, then this is called the pure quadratic equation. If b is equal to 0, then it is called the pure quadratic equation. So if b is equal to 0, the equation is written ax plus c is equal to 0. So this equation is called the pure quadratic equation. This is called the pure quadratic equation. This is called the pure quadratic equation. So the next thing is there are the different methods to find out the solution of this quadratic equation, in which there is a factorization method. The second one is the completing square method, and the third one is the quadratic formula. So basically, the quadratic formula is this is the quadratic formula that is written over there. X is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over divided by 0. So how we got this method? From where we derive this method? So if we apply the completing square method over this quadratic equation, then we find out this method, the general formula, that is x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 0. So let's go with how we are going to derive this formula. So here we have the quadratic equation, that is ax plus bx plus 0. The first method, whenever you are applying the completing square method, is there must not be any coefficient of x here. Okay, so here we have, if you see over there, the term x here have a coefficient a. So we don't need the coefficient a. That's why I am dividing the whole equation by a, because we want to eliminate this a, that is the coefficient of x here. So I divide the whole term by a. So we have, if I write over there, ax plus bx plus c plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now the first step is, whenever you are applying the completing square method, is there must not be any coefficient of x there. So here we have a, so we have to divide every term with the base, with the a. In this way, we have eliminated this coefficient, so we have x plus b over a, x plus c over a is equal to 0. Now our equation is x plus b upon a x plus c upon a is equal to 0. This is the equation. Now, the second step is we have to write down the coefficient of x term, and we have to multiply it 1 over 1 4. And after multiplication, we have to take the square of this term and we have to add it to the original term. So there is no cancellation. Also, I will write it like b upon 2 over 8. Now we have to take the square of this term and we are going to add it in the above term, okay, on the both sides of the term. So if I write the above term x plus b upon ax, now we have to move the other term, the constant term on the other side of the equation, and if we move over here, it's written minus b upon a. So now we have to add the term b upon 2a square on both sides of the equation. So if I add over here x plus b upon ax plus b upon 2a whole square, I added it on the left side of the equation and I have to add it on the right side of the equation as well. So it becomes now if you see over there, I add this expression on both sides of the equation. So if you see over there, here we have a square plus b square and the term that is in between there is 2ab. So here our formula is closed and it becomes okay. So the we have to close this formula. So we have a plus b a plus b on 2a whole square. And on the either side we have b square and 4a square. If you take the square of that term, we have 4a square minus b upon a. So now if you see over there, we have solved till this step. Now there is the next step we have to take the LCM of both of these fractions. So after taking LCM, we have b square minus 4c and in denominator we have 4a square. Now if you see over there is a square. So square is always cancelled out with the help of a square. So we have to take the square root on the both sides. So after simplification, we have an expression like this: x to the power minus b plus minus b under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is called the quadratic formula, and by this formula, if we just a minute, I have to clear this again. Okay. So this formula is called the quadratic formula, and this formula, whenever we have any quadratic equation, we can just apply that formula and we will find out the solution. So let's see an example. Here, if you see over there is an example 6x square minus 8 minus 2. So for the first step is we have to find out the values of a, b, and c. So you have to just compare it with the standard quadratic equation. That is ax plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard quadratic equation. Now if you see there, the coefficient of x is called a and its value is 6. The coefficient of x is called b and its value is minus 2. And the last term is the constant term that is called c and c is equal to minus 2. Now we have to just plug in the values in the standard quadratic formula, that is minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. And if we plug the values in this formula, we will find out the values of x. And here we have two values that are significant up to 3 digits. So in this way, we can find out the solution of any quadratic equation. But this is, by the way, the one method of finding solution of quadratic equation. There are many other methods in which there are factorization methods. There is a completing square method. A little bit of which I discussed in my lecture. There is a substitute method, and there are many more methods to finding the solution of any quadratic equation or any complex quadratic equation.